Morning. So Jimmy Johnson was the coach who led the Dallas Cowboys football team to two consecutive Super Bowls championships in 1992 and 1993. And he once said, "Do you want to be safe and good, or do you want to take a chance and actually be great?" So the key to here is have high intention and low attachment. So what do we mean by that? Well, if you want to remain calm and peaceful as you go through life, you have to have a high intention but a low attachment to it. You do everything you can to create your desired outcomes and then let it go. Sometimes you don't get the intended result by the date that you want. Well, that's life. You just keep moving in the direction of your goal until you get there. Remember, your goals in stone and your plans in sand. Sometimes the universe has other plans, and often they are better than the ones you had in mind in the first place. It's played out lots of times like that for me. You often think you've got the plan to make it happen, and then all of a sudden a curveball's thrown, and then it turns out even better than it was. That's why I recommended adding the phrase, "this or something better," to the end of your affirmations that you say every day. When Jack Canfield was vacationing with his family on a cruise in Tahiti one summer, his son Christopher and his stepson Travis, both 12 at the time, he set out on a guided bicycle tour around the island of Bora Bora with some of the other members of the cruise ship he was on. His intention for the day was a bonding experience with his two sons. The wind was blowing really hard, and the trip that day was difficult at that time. At one point, Steve Heller, who was struggling along with his 11-year-old grandson, took a nasty fall and cut her leg. Because there were only a few others in the back of the park with us, we stayed behind to help her. There were no homes or stores, he said, virtually no traffic on the far side of the island, meaning there was no way to call for help. So after attempting some crude first aid, they all decided to push on altogether. Bored with the slow pace, his boys took off ahead, and he spent the next several hours pedalling and walking next to his new friend until we eventually reached a hotel, and she called for a taxi and was rejoined with her sons, who had all stopped for a swim that day. That night, Stevie and her husband, Carol, asked them to join the family for dinner. It turned out that they were on a nominating committee for the International Achievement Summit, sponsored by the Academy of Achievement. Its mission? Well, to inspire youth with new dreams of achievement in the world of boundless opportunity. By bringing together over 200 university and graduate students, delegates from all around the world to interact with contemporary leaders who had achieved the difficult or impossible in the service to their fellow humans. After their time, they decided to nominate Jack himself to become a member of the Academy and receive the Golden Plate Award. Joining previous recipients was the former President Bill Clinton, Placido Domingo, George Lucas, New York Mayor Rudolph Giuliani, US Senator John McCain, former Prime Minister Jerome Perez, and Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Because his nomination was accepted, he was able to attend an annual 4-day event with some of the brightest young future leaders and some of the most interesting and accomplished people in the world in 2004, and will be able to attend future meetings when he wants to. Had he been totally attached to his original outcome for that day with his two sons and left Stevie to care for the others, he would have missed an even bigger opportunity that spontaneously came his way. So he's learned over the years that whenever one door seemingly closes, another door opens. You have to keep positive, stay aware, and look to see what's in it for you. Instead of getting upset at things that don't unfold as you anticipated, always remember to ask yourself the question, what's the possibility this is this, and it can be it? And I'll see you tomorrow.